We just want the legislature to try anything to make New Mexico safer, because when it comes to juvenile crime, enough is enough.
People have been saying it for years now, and that was Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman once again pleading for help from New Mexico legislators in the battle against juvenile crime.
His words and sentiments, though, were echoed by law enforcement leaders from all around the state as juvenile crime continues to be a major issue here. Our Emily Faith was at that press conference for us today. So, Emily, obviously, we've all noticed an increase in kids arrested and charged with violent crimes. What was the message from law enforcement leaders?
Well, Tessa, Trevor, law enforcement officials, not just here in Albuquerque, but like you said, from across New Mexico, stressed how dire the juvenile crime situation is becoming. All they're asking for is to be heard and taken seriously by legislators so positive change can be made.
Hey, go to my truck, go to my truck.
From Las Cruces to Farmington.
Juvenile crime is not just an Albuquerque problem. Unfortunately, it's a New Mexico problem.
A significant word in the term criminal justice system is justice.
The same message from Espanola and state police.
We had two 15-year-olds armed with rifles that went to our homeless shelter.
The path that we're on is clearly not working.
Law enforcement officials stood united 6 months before the next legislative session, begging lawmakers to prioritize consequences for juvenile crime. In the last legislative session, Democratic lawmakers killed a consequence-focused bill rewriting the Juvenile Justice Code, and instead favored a treatment and intervention bill that also died on the Senate floor as lawmakers debated the best way to address the issue.
We hear about the offender and how they're a juvenile and they have a horrible situation. I agree with you. But you also forget the horrible situation that juvenile put that victim's family in.
There needs to be meaningful consequences built into the juvenile code so that somebody learns. If a kid walks up to a stove and touches it and burns their finger, they learn not to touch it again.
Whatever the approach, that much is clear to DA Sam Bregman, who's made the issue a centerpiece of his run for governor.
Juvenile crime is absolutely out of control in New Mexico. It's got to be fixed. We can only do so much.
That fact is recognized by a spokesperson for the New Mexico House Democrats, saying in part the issue requires coming together around meaningful evidence-based solutions, starting half a year ahead of time with hopes that their calls for help will be answered, just as they do every day.
I need your help, representatives and senators. You have my phone number. You're not going to agree with everything that DA Bregman sent to you. We understand that. But at least hear one thing or come to the table and ask us not what we would like to see, but what our constituents want to make their community safer. That's all we're asking you.
Now, as you just saw, officials from across the state spoke at today's press conference. Later tonight at 6, we'll take a look at some of the examples of the juvenile crime in their communities that they talked about. Tessa, Trevor, back to you.